What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Before I get into this video, shout out to the brother JB for the $10 donation via the Cash App. Much respect to you for showing love to Too Raw for TV. All right, but didn't I tell you? I said if they talk about Shea scoring the 51 points last night, that either they're going to ignore it or they're going to talk about LeBron and bring up why he's the real MVP. And
now let's have a bigger conversation here. Are we sure that Nikola Jokic is the best player in the league? Are we sure about that? Because I would have to argue, and I would have to say right now today, that LeBron James is the best player in the NBA. Here's why I said the best player in the NBA gets it done on both ends of the floor. LeBron James is getting it done at the age of 40 on both ends of the floor at a high level. He could guard 1 through 5 defensively. Offensively, we know what he could do. Damn it, he could damn near play 1 through 5. I would argue if they need him to play the center position, he's the second best center in the Western Conference behind Nikola Jokic, especially with Anthony Davis and Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively being out for the Dallas Mavericks. What LeBron James is doing at a high level on both ends of the floor still to this day, I would have to say right now, he's the best player in the NBA.
now, first of all, how many times have we gone on here and talked about how Giannis, the argument we made was that Giannis played on the high level of both ends of the floor and people ignored it, completely ignored it. I'm not talking about you guys in particular. I'm talking about on the mainstream media. They didn't want to hear that. It was Jokic. It was Jokic. It was Jokic. Joker. Now all of a sudden it's LeBron for the first time in like 4 years playing defense, which ain't gonna last. Now all of a sudden, because he had a little bit of a stretch where he's playing defense, that makes him the MVP for the whole season. You can't make this stuff up. And the larger point I want to make is this is why the ratings are down, because they cannot stop themselves from talking about one guy all day, every day. He has to be included in every segment, no matter what they're talking about. If they're talking about women's sports, they're going to include LeBron James. I mean, it is what it is, man. And look, I'm not saying that he's not playing. He is balling right now. But just because you've had a stretch of playing at a high level for 3 weeks doesn't make you the MVP. And what we cannot do, because I told you about the bait and switch. This is what they're doing. They do this all the time. The media. They want you to forget, because they say, oh, well, he was doing it before Luka got there. But they want you to conveniently forget that the guy was playing with AD, one of the 2 best centers in the NBA, because Joel Embiid is injured this year, right? They want you to conveniently forget that AD was he was basically the MVP of the league the first 2 weeks of the season. They want you to forget his impact. When we talked about AD on his own team, we talked about AD's impact offensively, defensively. All we heard was crickets. AD gets traded. Now he's playing with an even better superstar at this stage of his career, and Luka Doncic, a perennial MVP candidate. And now they want to ignore that, and it's all about LeBron James. And then y'all wonder why I don't believe he didn't know about the trade. I don't believe it. I don't believe it 1 iota. He didn't know. He knew. Give me 1 second. He knew. Because now all of a sudden they want you to forget that Luka was a superstar. Now Luka's being treated like a sidekick. I even seen somebody on ESPN saying LeBron is creating space for Luka. You can't make this up, man. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. And then this clown, this bozo, has the nerve to cry about people hating on him in the media. I'm done with this dude, man. I've never despised anybody in sports, but this is the first. And this guy, he doesn't take accountability for anything. He's a scumbag of the highest order. Scumbag of the highest order. He may have all those dudes kissing his ass. I'm not going to kiss his ass. I'm standing on mine. He's a scumbag. He did AD dirty. He knew what was going down. In the way in the hell Rich Paul knew about the trade or was informed of the trade 2 days before he didn't know. He didn't tell his school year boyhood best friend LeBron James. I don't believe that for a minute. I don't believe LeBron didn't know anything about it going down. Don't believe it. But anyway, I want people to keep the same energy. All these LeBron fans running around here talking trash, you know what I'm saying? Trying to rub it in because they think they're going to win a championship. When this team loses in the playoffs, I don't want to hear nothing about he's 40 years old. I don't want to hear nothing about, Luka pointing the fingers at the coach, pointing the fingers at, well, they're not pointing the fingers at the coach because that's LeBron's guy. Pointing the finger at Luka. I don't want to hear nothing about Rob Pelinka. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. Creating space for Luka. Like, Luka can't create his own shot. I'm done. I can't do it no more, bro. I'm really, I can't. It's like, where am I at now, man? Are we like in the Twilight Zone where people are this stupid that they can't see what's going on? No, but a bunch of hype men on ESPN just being told from a script what to say. And low IQ LeBron maniacs just can't think critically. All they care about is this guy being slurped off. They cater to these guys. They cater to them, and they're running off the traditional NBA fans. They're running them off, and they don't realize it, man. So then what we have is the remaining NBA fans that are there are casuals who don't know a damn thing about basketball and don't care to know anything about basketball. They get irritated if you mention anything about any other team. The Rockets, I believe, were trying to compete against the Thunder without their starting five in a noble effort. Amir Doka's doing a hell of a coaching job. Nobody cares. Jimmy Bickerstaff is doing a tremendous coaching job. I believe he's the coach of the year right now with the Detroit Pistons. Nobody cares. But you know who these clowns will say the coach of the year is? JJ Redneck. Why? Because they're sheep. Low IQ, mouth wide open, can't formulate complete sentences, living in their basement buffoons.